Hello to all. I am Dr. Alkesh Agarwal, and in this lecture, I'll mainly discuss the interconversion process of one flip flop into another flip flop. So, initially, I'll discuss how we can convert a D flip flop into SR flip flop, JK flip flop, and T flip flop, and then I'll discuss the general process of conversion of any one type of flip flop into another, in which I'll take some typical examples of converting a JK flip flop into T flip flop, converting SR flip flop to JK flip flop, and converting again SR flip flop to D flip flop. Here are some reference books that include Digital Design, authored by M. Morris Mano and M. D. Sileti, and Modern Digital Electronics authored by R. P. Jain. So, in the very first slide, I have shown the process of converting a D flip flop into SR flip flop. So we know that D flip flop has a uniqueness that whatever is the input, the next state is the same as the input. So the state equation of D flip flop is Qt plus 1 is equal to D, which means that the next state will be the same as the input to the D flip flop. D is also known as delay flip flop or data transfer. Now, on the other hand, the state equation of SR flip flop is Qt plus 1 is equal to S or R complement Qt. So, if we analyze these two state equations and if we want to convert a D flip flop into SR flip flop, and knowing the nature that D flip flop in D flip flop the next state is same as what you give as input, so what we have to do, we have to just follow very simple process that in the D flip flop as shown, the input to D flip flop will be equal to the state equation of SR flip flop. That is, here you have seen or you are seeing a D flip flop, and at this input of D flip flop what we have given is the Boolean function which is according to the state equation of SR flip flop, that is S or R complement Qt. So we have R complement and this is the feedback of Qt. So through this AND gate, what we are implementing is R complement Qt, because one input is R complement, another input is Qt. So this is for implementation of R complement Qt ORed with S. So finally at the input of D, what we are applying is S or R complement Qt. Okay, so let us again discuss. In D flip flop, at the input of D, what we are applying the input as per the Boolean function or state equation of SR flip flop, which is S or R complement Qt. So we have S ORed with R complement and Qt is from feedback of D flip flop. Now let us check whether this D flip flop now behaves as SR flip flop. So we assume that Qt is 0. When Qt is 0, through feedback this input is 0, and we have assumed that we are giving S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0. When we are giving R is equal to 0, so this R complement is 1. So through this AND gate, 1 and 0 is 0. At the input of this OR gate, 1 input comes to be 0 through this AND gate, and we are giving S is equal to 1. So when S is equal to 1, 1 ORed with 0 gives 1, and we know in a D flip flop when D is 1, the next state is 1. So this previous state 0 changes to 1, but now this whole flip flop is behaving as a SR flip flop, because we know that in SR flip flop when previous state is 0 and S is activated and R is not activated, the next state is 1. So here also you can see when S is 1, R is 0 and previous state is 0, and through that the state changes from 0 to 1. So this whole flip flop is easily converted into D flip flop. Now let us see another conversion of a D flip-flop into JK flip-flop. Again, the same basic concept. We know that the state equation of JK flip-flop is QT plus 1 is equal to J and Q complement T or K complement and QT. And as I have already told you, the state equation of D flip-flop is QT plus 1 is equal to D. So the uniqueness of D flip-flop is whatever we give at the input, the next state will be same as the input. So again, what we are doing, we are taking a D flip-flop, and at the input of D flip-flop we are giving the inputs as per the state equation of JK flip-flop. So first is J and Q complement T. So we have an AND gate. One input is J and the other input is fed back through Q complement. So we have this Q complement fed back at the input of this AND gate, and another input is J. So this is implemented J and Q complement T. Next is K complement and QT. So and we took another AND gate. One of the input is K complement, and the next input to AND gate is the feedback from QT. So this QT is fed back at this AND gate, and now we have to OR these two terms. So this J and Q complement is ORed with K complement and QT. So through this OR we give input to this D input. So now at the D input, what we have implemented is J and Q complement T or K complement and QT. Now let us again check whether this flip-flop D flip-flop is behaving as JK flip-flop or not. So again we assume that J is 1, K is 1 and the previous state is 0. So QT is 0. When QT is 0, Q complement T will be 1. So when QT is 0, through feedback, this input is also 0. So QT we assume 0. Now we are giving J is 1 and K is 1. So J is 1. When J is 1, so we give this input as 1. We are assuming K is equal to 1. So K complement is 0. Now through this upper AND gate, 0 and 0 is 0. Through this lower gate, J is 1 and Q complement is 1. Why Q complement is 1? Because QT is assumed to be 0. So through this AND gate, the output is 1, and through this OR gate 1 or 0 is 1. So through at the input of D, what we are giving is 1, and we know that whatever is the input to D, the state changes accordingly. So the state transits from 0 to 1. So now this is behaving at a JK flip-flop. Why? Because when in JK flip-flop, when both inputs are high, when J is activated and K is activated, so next state is complement. So when J is given 1 and K is given 1, so the state transits from 0 to 1. So very easily this D flip-flop is converted into a JK flip-flop. So now another conversion is D flip-flop to T flip-flop. So again we see that the state equation of T flip-flop is T and Q complement T or T complement and QT, and the state equation of D is same, QT plus 1 is equal to D. So again we also know that T is derived from JK, where J and K both are replaced by K. So here J is replaced by T and K complement is also replaced by T. So what we have done, if we see in the previous diagram, this J is replaced by T and this K is also replaced by T. So you can see here the J is replaced by T and K is also replaced by T. So we have T and T complement, and rest thing is the same. So this D flip-flop is easily converted into a T toggle flip-flop. So you can see another way of conversion is this, where this whole logic is being converted through this exclusive OR gate, because you can see this T and Q complement T or T complement QT is nothing but T exclusive or QT. So what we have done, we just replace all those gates by single gate as exclusive OR gate. So this is an exclusive OR gate. One input is T and another input is QT. This is QT, and this is input to D flip-flop. So let us check whether this D flip-flop is now behaving as a T flip-flop. So we assume that QT is 0. So this 0 is fed back at the input of this exclusive OR gate, and we triggered the flip-flop, toggle flip-flop, it is given 1, and we know that 1 exclusive or 0 is 1. So at the D input, what we have as input is 1, and when D input is 1, so this state 0 transits to 1. So you can easily see that this D flip-flop is now behaving as a T flip-flop, because in T flip-flop, when T input is triggered, the state transits from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. So now this D flip-flop is behaving, that is data transfer flip-flop is behaving as toggle flip-flop. So you can see through these slides that D can be very easily converted into SR flip-flop or JK flip-flop or T flip-flop. Now let us come to a general process of converting any one kind of flip-flop into another. So you have to keep three things in our mind, or there are three processes. The first is to identify which kind of flip-flop is given, and we have to design what kind of flip-flop. So that is, we have to identify the given flip-flop, and we have to identify the flip-flop that is to be designed. This is first step. Second is we have to write the truth table of flip-flop that is to be designed. Okay, so the flip-flop that is to be designed, for that flip-flop we have to write the truth table, and the flip-flop that is given, we have to write the excitation table. So this is process number 2 or step number 2. And the third process is we have to generate the input equations for the flip-flop that is given in the terms of inputs of flip-flop that is to be designed. So these are three important processes or steps by which we can convert very easily one kind of flip-flop into another. So let us take some typical examples and implement these processes. The first example, we are converting a JK flip-flop into T flip-flop. So I have taken these examples because we have studied, 4 kinds of flip-flop. So, and what we have seen that JK has been derived from T flip-flop. So through this interconversion process, again we develop the understanding that how JK is converted into T flip-flop. So now we are taking example of conversion of JK flip-flop into T flip-flop. So the given flip-flop is JK flip-flop, and the flip-flop to be designed is T flip-flop. So we have identified a given flip-flop is JK, and to design the flip-flop that is to be designed is T flip-flop. So according to the second process, we have to write the truth table of T flip-flop, and we have to write the excitation table of JK flip-flop. So you can see in this diagram, so we have made certain modifications in the table, because generally what we write in truth table is first we write QT, then input, and then next state. So because in the same table we have to depict the truth table as well as excitation table, so we have changed the sequence. So first we are writing the input T, and then QT and QT plus 1, and with this QT and QT plus 1 we will able to directly predict the excitation table of JK. So this T is input, so we know as per the truth table, when T is not activated, the next state is same as previous state. So QT is 0, QT is 0, then it will remain at 0. When toggle is activated, this QT state or the state changes from 0 to 1 when T is again activated, and if the previous state is 1, it toggles to 0, and when toggle is not activated, and if the previous state is 1, it will remain in state 1. So this is, we have predicted the truth table. Now according as per QT and QT plus 1, we have to predict the inputs JK. So we know, we have discussed the basic rule. We have to write 0 1 cross cross, and the same thing we have to write from lower to upper 0 1 cross cross. So we have written, so we have depicted table in which we have the truth table of T flip-flop and excitation table of JK flip-flop. Now we will generate 2 K maps, one for J, one for K, in terms of T and QT. So here we have to plot 1 cross cross. Out of 4 minterms, we have to plot 3 minterms for J, and again 3 minterms for K, that is 1 and cross cross. So here in this table you can see, now we want to generate the input equations for given flip-flop. What is given flip-flop is JK flip-flop in terms of the flip-flop that is to be designed, so in terms of T and QT. So we have made a 2 cross 2 a 2-bit K-map where we plotted 1 and 2 don't care condition cross and cross. So we will have this group combination of M2 and M3. From here you can see combination of 1 0 is M2 and 1 1 is M3. So one group is made of this. So when we combine this, what we get is J is equal to T, because T is 1 but Qt is changing. So what we get is J is equal to T, and in this K-map we have a group of M2 and M3. So we have a group of, this is M2 and M3, this. So again in JK we have this group, in K again we have this group. So again from this we are getting K is equal to T. So now what we get to input equation, so J is also equal to T and K is also equal to T. Now we easily can convert a JK flip-flop into T flip-flop. So we have a block of JK flip-flop. Again both J is equal to T and K is equal to T, so both are being shorted and with a single input T. So this is what we discussed, that in JK flip-flop both inputs are being shorted to generate a T flip-flop. So same thing is being proved through this general process of conversion of JK flip-flop into T flip-flop. So I hope all must be understanding this. Now let us take another typical example of conversion of SR flip-flop to JK flip-flop. So again the first step is we identified that given flip-flop is SR flip-flop and we have to design a JK flip-flop. Then again we have depicted a table where this section is the truth table of JK flip-flop and this section is the excitation table of SR flip-flop. So again we have made certain modification. First we have written JK inputs and then previous state and next state, because with Qt and Qt plus 1 we can directly predict the SR inputs for excitation table. So we have filled this table, because we know that when J and K both are not activated, the next state is same as previous state. When K is activated, next state is 0. When both are activated, there is a transition of state from 0 to 1. Again when J is activated, then next state is 1. When both are not activated, so Qt is 1, next state all remains 1. When K is activated, next state is 0. When both are activated, there is a transition of state from 1 to 0, and when J is activated, so and we have this is state. So now we fill this excitation table. So this excitation table is as per the table, excitation table. So we know that from this excitation table, when Qt and Qt plus 1 are 0 0, we have 0 cross. So for these two, for 0 0 we have filled 0 cross. When Qt is 0 and Qt plus 1 is 1, for 0 1 SR are 1 0, so we have put 1 0 and 1 0. When Qt is 1 and Qt plus 1, then we have cross 0, so we have depicted cross, we have written cross 0, and here also we have written cross 0. And when Qt is 1 and Qt plus 1 is 0, so as per excitation table, S must be 0 and R must be 1. So here for these two rows, when Qt is 1 and Qt plus 1 is 0, we have written S is 0, R is 1. Same for this row. So like this we have generated a table with that consists truth table of JK flip-flop and excitation table of SR flip-flop. Now on this basis, now we will generate two K maps. One is for S and one is for R, and here we plot these values 1 1 cross and cross. So we'll plot these 4 values. Out of these 4 we have 2 min terms and 2 don't care conditions, and for S and for R also we have 2 don't care conditions and 2 min terms. So let us see. So we have 2 K maps. Here you can see. So for the K map, for S K map, which is in terms of input, so inputs are JK and QT. So we have JK and QT. So S is equal to summation M4 6 and don't care conditions 1 5. So we have predicted in this K map 2 don't care conditions at 1 and 5 and 2 min terms at M4 and M6. So here you can see we have a group combining M4 and M6, and through this group what we get is in this row J is fixed 1, and if we concentrate on these two columns, here you can see K is changed and QT is 0, so we get Q complement and T. Similarly for R, we have a Boolean function R is equal to summation M37 with don't care condition 0 2, so we have two don't care conditions 0 and 2, M0 M2, and two min terms M3 and M7. So what we can easily see, we have a group of M3 M7 here. The J is changed, so J will be eliminated and K and QT are fixed, so for R we get K and QT. So now we, based on these equations, now we have the conversion process. So we have SR flip-flop. So what we obtain is S is equal to J Q complement T. So S is equal to J, we have one input J and another input is Q complement T. And for R we have K, you can see for R we have K and QT. So for R input there is an AND of two, one input is K and another input is QT. So like this, very easily we have converted SR into JK flip-flop, and this is what we have verified, that how SR flip-flop can be converted into JK by two feedback connections. So we have a feedback connection from Q complement T along with J, and for along with K we have feedback connection from QT. So this is how we converted SR flip-flop into JK. Now let us take another example to see how this SR can be converted into D flip-flop. So again, given flip-flop is SR and we have to design a D flip-flop. So we have to write the truth table of D flip-flop and excitation table of SR flip-flop. So again, we have first D input and then QT and QT plus 1. So we know that in D flip-flop what we give as input, we get the same next state. So when D is 0, next state is 0. When D is 1, the next state is 1. When D is 0, next state is 0. And when D is 1, next state is 1. And now we will write the excitation table SR flip-flop. We know that for 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, how we write the excitation table. For in S column we write 0 1 0 cross from top to bottom, and then in R column we write from bottom to top the same thing, 0 1 0 cross. Now we will have two K maps. In K map of for S flip-flop, we'll plot this min term which is M2 and a don't care condition for M3, and for R we have a don't care condition for M0 and min term for M2. So you can see for S we have this K map in terms of D and QT. So we have plotted in M2 we have 1 and M3 we have cross. So combining these two, what we get is D. And for R flip-flop, for R input of SR flip-flop, we have this K map where we have a don't care condition in M0 and min term 1 at M1. So again we combine this, and what we got for R is D complement. So now based on these input equations, we have SR flip-flop, and D input is S is same as D, so we connected as it is, and for R input we have through inverter. So we can easily see that SR is converted into D flip-flop, and this is, we have verified again that how this SR can be converted into D by shorting these two inputs, but with the help of an inverter in between D and R. So this is how we can convert easily SR flip-flop into D flip-flop. So thank you. I hope you all must have understood how we can convert one kind of flip-flop into another. Thank you.